Hi, welcome back to another training video. And this time we're going to give you a tour in LinkedIn so that you would understand how to navigate the platform and be able to make full use of its potential. Okay, so let's begin. What is LinkedIn? LinkedIn is the largest professional social media platform. It has over 900 million users, and business decision makers like CEOs, directors, and partners also hang out here. So, what that means for us is this is where the gold lies. If you know how to leverage LinkedIn properly, you would never run out of leads. Now, why is LinkedIn important for our clients? So, three main things: professional branding, networking, and business growth. However, we can sum this up into two words, and that is lead generation. If your client is letting you handle his or her LinkedIn profile, then you are there to generate leads for them. Key sections that you want to explore: we have the search box, the home feeds, the network, the profile, and the messaging. And we are going to start with the search bar. The search bar helps you look for the right person that fits your client's target audience or target market. And this is actually very intuitive. However, there are some things that you can do to make full use of it. I just want to insert this really quick. In LinkedIn, we don't have friends, rather, we have connections. And there are 3 degrees of connections. The first degree are users that you're already connected with. A second degree, these are users that are connected to your first degree connections. However, they're not directly connected to you. So, meaning they're like a friend of a friend. And third degree connections are total strangers. Keep in mind that we'd like to look for second degree connections because it's less risky for us to get restricted. And another thing, there's a difference between non-premium and premium search results. The premium search results would show the names and other details that you need to know. However, on the free version, they just give you 3 to 5 people, and exceeding that, they will just tag it as a LinkedIn member. So I'm going to give you a quick demonstration on how to use the search. First, you can go ahead here, and I'd like to look up life coaches in Brisbane. Now, these are the basic filters. If I'd like to just see all the people that appears in the search results, I can do that. And if I want to just see my second degree connection or the friends of my friends, then I could do that by clicking here. If I want to include the third degree connections, then I could also do that. If I'd like to do a narrow search, then I could use all filters. Next, here are the best practices for the search bar. First, be intentional with whom you search and connect. Now, if you're just going to send connection invites to everyone you see, LinkedIn will flag that. We might get tagged as spammy, and it's not good news for your client. So only connect to people that your client can actually help, which is their target markets. Next, the algorithm will learn your connection preferences and will suggest connections to your My Networks page. So again, please connect to the relevant people first. Then LinkedIn will give you profile suggestions, and it'll make your life easier. Trust me. Next is the Me section. Now, you're no stranger to the Me section because you've encountered this one while optimizing your profile. The Me section is the first thing that people see when they visit a profile, so it's essential to keep it professional and up to date. Again, first impression counts. Once they visit your profile, they'd automatically judge in the first few seconds whether you're someone whom they want to work with or not. I'd also like to show you the advanced profile features. The custom button is a premium only feature. If your client has it and they have not yet set it up, then feel free to suggest it to them. This is very useful because it lets you add call to action buttons to their profile, which could help direct visitors to take specific actions from there. Next, the analytics would also help you in determining which posts are actually doing good. And lastly would be the highlights. You can make a few tweaks to the highlights to make sure that it actually showcases the things that your clients want people to see. All right, so I'm going to give you a quick demo. So from here, click me and view profile. The custom button is this one. And to access this, your client should be in premium. You can tell that they're in premium if they have the gold LinkedIn badge right over here. Next, click edit, scroll down, and edit custom button. There are presets that you can choose from. However, in my case, I prefer to use linked. I added the page where I want to redirect my potential visitors, and I added a custom link text right over here. So save. And for context, my profile is used to gather candidates. That's why I have this custom button. And another thing about the custom button is it actually shows on someone's feed whenever they see your post. So say, for example, Pierre Herable, this is his custom button. So it's easier to actually drive people to his website. Next up, we have the analytics. To have a more detailed report, just click here and you can check the users that have viewed your profiles. Just click here. And if you are on premium, you would be able to see their names. However, if you don't have premium, then these won't be available. You can also track the impressions and engagement here and here. Next is the highlights. So you can showcase whatever your client wants to get highlighted in their profile. For now, let's just say I want to highlight the comments that I have made. So there you go. And that's it. Now, best practices, add the headline CTA if your client is in premium. Next, fill out any missing sections. You can do a profile audit. And if there are some things that can be optimized, then you can also make that suggestion. And of course, change the highlights if needed. And finally, a well-optimized profile helps clients stand out. And if your profile stands out, there will be more opportunity to do business here on LinkedIn. Next is the messaging. This is a communication tool that lets you send and receive messages to your first degree connections alone. Now, you cannot send messages to second or third degree connections unless their profiles are open or you use in-mail credits. And another thing about inboxes is there are up to 3 that you can possibly manage. Now, very important, these 3 are separate inboxes. For example, I got Mark here and we have a conversation in LinkedIn. If I would search his name here in Sales Navigator, there won't be any search results. And if I search in company page inbox, same thing. So this is a good rule of thumb. If your conversation started in LinkedIn, then use the LinkedIn inbox. If your conversation started in Sales Navigator, then you will just find your conversation there. Avoid the mix-up. Just focus on whichever inbox you communicated from. Next, I'm going to show you a quick demo. To access messages, just go here and you will see the search box here. You can filter based on conversation or person. Next, these are the other options that you have for the filters. You can store the messages, especially the important ones. And once you click this filter, then you should be able to see the messages. You can also see the emails that you have sent here, and you can also see the drafts that you have created but have not yet sent. Next, best practices when it comes to sending messages is first, personalize your messages when reaching out. Do not just send the generic hi, be particular, add your names. Next, promptly respond to messages. People easily lose interest. So, the moment that somebody inquires about your client's service, get back to them as fast as possible, or else they might go to your competitors. And follow up. Don't expect your messages to go through on the first try. Again, a good practice is to always follow up on your messages to help nurture that lead. And we have the My Network. So this is where you can manage your connections, invitations, and network growth. First, let's just discuss its parts. Manage My Network is where you can view and manage all your first degree connections, contacts, groups, events, or newsletters that you're subscribed to. Next, Grow is where you can find invitations and people you may know, which is something that we discussed in an earlier part of this video. Next, Catch Up. If you'd like to congratulate them for any milestones that they achieved, you can do it here. Next, I'm going to give you the quick demo. And these are all your first degree connections. The first one shows the most recent, and scroll down, you'll find the oldest connections that you have. Next, for the Grow section, the important bit is the invitation. Just click Show All, and from here you will see the invites you received and sent. And next is the people you may know. LinkedIn learns your target preferences based on your profiles and searches. If I scroll down, you'll see more suggestions for you. This should show people within your target parameters. Now, best practices for networking on LinkedIn: regularly review and clean up your network. Use the catch-up feature to engage and leverage people you may know, especially helpful if the account you're handling is not your premium member. Finally, we have the home. Now, the home section is where you see updates, posts, articles from your network and followed page. You can also see second and third degree connections here. So you're not limited to the search function when it comes to generating leads. You can actually see leads on relevant posts. That's why you should also check and engage on the home feed. And here is the demonstration. On the left side panel, you can find the analytics and the shortcuts. On the middle, you can start a post. Now, you can rewrite with AI, but you need to have at least 20 words before AI can help you. You can also click more here. You can create an event, celebrate an occasion, share that you're hiring, create a poll, add a document, and find an expert. Best practices for the home feed: post regularly, and this is going to be something that you will be working with your client. So always ask what they want to do first in their engagement campaigns. Next, engage authentically, comment meaningfully, do away with the generic. Instead, add your own insights to it. You can run it through ChatGPT. Make sure to add a little bit of your own to make it more meaningful and authentic. And that is it. Now, I covered a lot of things, and we don't expect you to remember all of it. So if you need help, feel free to reach out. No, we are not assholes. Ask for help. And that's it. I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.